Welcome to the WRAL Daily Download. I'm your host, Amanda Lamb. For a year, WRAL's Five on Your Side team has been studying ways to help you navigate the headaches of waiting in line at the DMV. People have been complaining to WRAL for years that there are few appointments and the lines, well, they seem endless. Last year, 1.9 million people were seen at DMVs in North Carolina. That's up by about 10% this year. Reporter Keely Arthur asked North Carolina's DMV Commissioner Wayne Goodwin what the secret is to breezing through this unwelcoming experience. She joins us with what she learned. Keely, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so I have never heard anyone say, oh, I love going to the DMV. It's definitely usually a negative experience for most people.
Yes.
So your goal was to figure out how they work and if there's a way that people could, go through these lines faster. You started on Avent Ferry Road in Raleigh. First of all, set up what the difference is between having an appointment and the walk-up system.
So we went to Goodwin and I said, okay, I'm trying to get, in this make-believe world, I'm trying to get my real ID, for example. How do I get it the fastest? And he said, well, first check for appointments. So the first thing I want people to do is appointment cancellations repopulate overnight. So if you want to go, you can look up appointments in the early morning and then maybe snag a cancellation. And that way your spot is saved. Guaranteed. Right now, there's just not that many appointments available for many services. So the next thing, and the thing that we did and worked, was to go the walk-in route. Now, walk-ins, the hours change. Currently, fall 2023, walk-ins start at noon, but you want to get there before noon and
be
wait
ready
in
to
line.
go.
Be ready. Make sure you go on to the DMV website, have all the right paperwork so you don't wait and then
to be turned away. I know how frustrating a lot of my friends when they were helping their kids get their driver's license and they couldn't get appointments, and that was really frustrating.
Yes, and we had one woman who waited overnight, saw them and then
Wow.
to book her kid an appointment, and she I think got up at 5 or maybe 1 in the morning and it was up and she was able to get an appointment that way. But you can go and you can wait in line, and that's what we did.
So the people there were waiting. They had nothing better to do, and they were more than happy to share their stories. What kind of waits did a lot of these people have?
A lot of people, I think, at first were very frustrated because they just couldn't find an appointment, so they're waiting. And the thing with waiting is you just don't know how long it's going to take. It kind of ruins your whole day, right?
Sure.
So we had people who were getting new driver's licenses, were people who were new to the state, so they needed a new ID. Many different reasons, all waiting outside and not sure when they were going to be seen. Because on top of the people waiting in line, there are also people who have appointments still, and those people always get first priority.
So they get to go ahead, and that's got to be frustrating. Okay, we're going to talk more about that after the break. Welcome back to the WRAL Daily Download. So tell me how it works. When you get to the DMV and you get in line, you get a number. And back in the day, you would have to literally sit there, kind of staring at the desk and waiting for them to call your number. Now they do it differently. Tell me how they do it.
So you still, once you get actually into the office, you still, I believe, get that number and you wait. But there's 2 lines, right? So there's the line to actually get in, and then there's the line to get the service. So the people who make it in with the service get the number. But the people who are sitting there waiting, because there's only so many people they can take at a time, those are the people who you no longer have to sit out there and wait in line to keep your place. They have something called Queue Anywhere, and this was rolled out this year. And basically you scan, it's like a QR code on a sandwich board, and it says, okay, your number, whatever. And that is another number. You're right, Amanda. So there's the number, and it says, hey, you're this number, but we don't need you to go in just yet. Go sit in your car or go run errands.
So they text you, they alert you.
And they're seeing good success because North Carolina in the summer is really hot. It can get really cold. You don't want to sit out and wait in the long line.
Oh, that's good. I mean, at least that they've figured that out.
Yeah.
So one of the tricks that you learned through this process is that different DMV offices have different wait times. How does a person get that information?
Yeah, so the Queue Anywhere is nice, but it's not going to help you get seen any faster. It's just going to save your place.
More convenient.
So what we did is we did the Queue Anywhere in Avent Ferry. then you know what? The whole point of the experiment is to get seen fast. So they have on the DMV's website real-time wait times. It's a map of all the different offices in North Carolina. You punch in your zip code and the offices will populate in that area. It will tell you can hover over it. Avon Ferry, 48 minutes, Garner, 17.
That's
Wilson.
great. Yeah.
It's really great. Sometimes it's not completely accurate because things change, or maybe there's 5 people who showed up needing driver's license tests, which is going to take more time.
Sure.
But what we did is we were in Avon Ferry in Raleigh. I looked, I saw, 20 minutes away, Garner says 17 minutes. We got in the car, headed to Garner. People walking out smiling. And I was like, well, I need to interview you because no one's ever smiling when they're at the DMV.
Right. So clearly they had a short wait and they were happy with their service.
And they used the WRAL wait times tool. They saw that this was a location that didn't have a long wait today. They used it. It worked.
Yeah. Again, that's something I know that friends of mine, when their kids were getting licenses, that's what they did. They would say, oh, I'm going to go to this one kind of outside of the metro area.
That's the advice. Don't go anywhere in the Charlotte area or in the Raleigh area. Get out, and that's going to, because think about the way where people are moving in this state.
Sure.
They're moving here.
There's going to be less wait. So overall, let's recap. What were the commissioner's tips about trying to get through DMV as fast as possible?
If you can, book an appointment. That way you know what time. You can kind of plan your day around it. If you can't, check the wait times tool and leave the metro area. Wait times tool, leave the metro area. And then that way you're probably going to be seen pretty quickly. Don't go on a Monday or Friday, busy times.
Sure.
And try to get there ahead of the wait time or the walk-ins opening at noon.
So just a lot of common sense things, but they can really save you a lot of time.
Those little differences, I do think make a difference. Yeah.
Well, those are great tips. Thank you so much, Keely, for explaining this to us. This has been the WRAL Daily Download, a production of WRAL News. Check out my new true crime podcast, The Killing Month, August 1978. Details the investigation into the serial murders carried out by a band of outlaw brothers in Pennsylvania. Episodes 1 through 4 are available now wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.